Which statement summarizes the selection? So summarizes means which section kind of tells us what the whole thing was kind of about, but in one sentence. So like a summary. So we're looking for a summary, a quick one sentence summary of the entire selection. That means the entire passage. So I'm going to read them all, and then I'm going to eliminate some and figure out what I think is best. So A says, Benjamin Franklin was a wise leader who helped to build America. I'm going to put a question mark there because I think maybe that could be it. Because he was a wise leader and he did help build America. At first, it talks about his early life and then his political career, becoming a politician and going to England to tell Britain that he needs to treat us fairly. And then down here, it talks about his part in the Revolutionary War and they were fighting to be free. And then over here, it gets into talking about how we finally have a new country. So I kind of think that might be it, right? That he was a wise leader and he helped build up America. But let's look at some of the other ones too. B says Benjamin Franklin was a writer who wrote public documents. Now that's true, but I don't think this is a summary of the whole selection. Right here, it talked about how in his early life, how he printed his own papers and everything. But I don't think this entire thing was about him being a good writer and making documents. I don't think the whole thing was about that. Benjamin Franklin was a successful debater and politician. That is also true, but I don't think that was the whole selection either, because over here, in his political career, this chunk is about that. This chunk is about how he could debate well, and this chunk is about he was the first councilman and he became a politician. But that was just this section. That wasn't the entire selection, the entire passage. So I'm going to say that that's not it either. And then we're left with D. Benjamin Franklin was an important businessman during the American Revolution. Well, that's also kind of true, right? But again, I think A is the best answer because he did help build America. First, he started writing papers and tried to write things to get the British government to agree that they weren't being treated fairly. Then he became a politician because he wanted to improve people's lives. So here's my evidence. He wanted to improve people's lives, right? And he spent a lot of his life in politics. And then he went to the British government leaders and he said, hey, you really need to treat us fairly, right? And then he came back. And down here it talks about how he came back to America and he tried to help with the revolution because he wanted to help in the war to help America be free. Again, he's being a leader. And then right here, it even uses the word leader. It says Franklin and other leaders in the colonies wrote the Declaration of Independence. So now he's even writing the Declaration of Independence. And then he went to the king to ask for help. Franklin even went to the king and he said, hey, king, French king, can you help us? And the French army came to help America. And then he went back to Philadelphia and he still works in the government, still being a leader. Even when he was 81 years old, team, he still wrote the Constitution of the United States, explaining the laws of the new country. So this man is someone who really, really, really was a leader and who really wanted to help build America. So that's why the correct answer is A.